Hi everyone, welcome back. So on today's agenda, we're going to do some notes on translation, some practice problems, and then at the end of this lesson, you guys, for homework, are going to do a Google form. By the end of class today, you should be able to translate an image. That's going to be your goal. So, translation. A translation is when an object is moved or shifted left, right, up, or down without rotating the image or changing the direction it is facing. So basically, think of a translation as just taking your object and sliding it around your grid. So like here, my original shape is the triangle ABC. And then notice that all it is doing, I'm taking that triangle and I'm just shifting the image to the left and then up to create this new red triangle. Okay, so translation again, all you're doing, think of it just like sliding a picture left, right, up, or down, but not changing the picture in any way, just sliding it across the surface. So image versus pre-image. So when we're talking about the shapes that we're going to see on the graphs, the way that we're going to describe them is being either the image or the pre-image. So the shape we start off with is called the pre-image. Okay, so that's your initial points. And then after we do our translating, our movement around the page, those endpoints, so where we end up, we would call those points the image. So image points get labeled with, you're going to see it as the little, we call this prime. I know it's an apostrophe, but in this case, we're going to call it prime. So like here, I say I have my original points described as x comma y, and then I'm going to do a shift where I'm going to add 3 to my x values, and I'm subtract 1 from my y values. So like here, my original point is 1 comma 3. If I add 3 to my x value, 1 plus 3 is 4. And then if I subtract 1 from my y value, 3 minus 1 is 2. So notice my original point is point A, but after I go through that translation, my new point, A prime, is 4 comma 2. And I did the same process with my points B and my point C. So 2 plus 3 gave me 5, and then 6 minus 1 gave me 5 as well. And then for C, 4 plus 3 gives me 7, and then 3 minus 1 gives me 2. So if you guys have graph paper, you can go ahead and do this where you plot the original points of A, B, and C, and then you're going to plot the new points, which is your image, A prime, B prime, C prime, and you'll see that it's the exact same shape, and all it's done is moved across your paper 3 units to the right and then 1 unit down. And the reason why we know this is because when we're shifting right or left, remember our x-axis describes the horizontal line. Okay, so that's movement either going to the left or to the right. In this case, when a number is being added to x, that means the points in the image are being shifted or moved to the right that many spaces. And then when a number is being subtracted from x, that means the point is moving to the left that many spaces. So x plus 3 means I'd be moving that pre-image to the right 3 spaces, and then x minus 2 means the pre-image would be moving to the left 2 spaces. And then shifting up or down, so notice to move an object up or down, or shift the object up or down, we have to, in the case of adding 5, that causes the image to shift up that many units, and then subtracting from y causes you to shift that point down that many units. So here, since I have y plus 5, that means that I'm going to be moving 5 spaces up. Here I have y minus 3, that means I'm moving 3 spaces down. We call this, the fact that I'm showing it as x comma y and then transforms is that arrow, x plus a, y plus b. That's called your translation rule. So whenever we write it in this format, that's giving you the rule of the translation. So here I have this example of a translation rule of x comma y transformed to x plus 4 comma y minus 2. That means that my image, I'm going to move every point to the right 4 units because I'm adding 4. And then I'm going to move every point down 2 units because it's subtracting 2. So I'm going to shift down 2 units and then shift to the right 4 units.